Hello athletes and fans of bodybuilding, Terrick Guindy with the Mr. Olympia. Right here with the Mr. Olympia head judge and the Master Olympia head judge, Steve Weinberger. And also with me, he's the Master of Ceremony for the Mr. Olympia, Bob Ciccarillo. Let's start with bodybuilding. Steve, Kamal Elgarni,
yes,
that conditioning was key in his victory. And I also think that maybe he added a little bit of size because he didn't have the limitation of 212. What do you think of Kamal?
I thought his back double bicep definitely improved. He improved from the front, and you're right, he did put size on. And he was very impressive. I really didn't expect that out of him. I was shocked.
I was surprised. He looked incredible. But Bob, I want to talk to you about Max Charles. Man, that front lat spread, his most muscular, and he was improving as the show went by. He was improving. Max Charles needs to continue because, man, this guy looked incredible. Maybe his best ever?
You know what? Arguably his best ever. But Max the Destroyer destroyed everybody except for one guy, and that's very admirable. He got better with every single pose. Every round that you called out, Steve, Max got a little bit tighter, a little bit better, and he established himself because him and Phil Clayhar were like this after the morning. You literally could have flipped a coin for second and third. I think Kamal was pretty set in his first place finish. But Max established himself. He got drier and better as he went. Phil faded a little bit. And Freddie Smalls, man, how about him bringing it up?
Freddie Smalls, I loved his posing routine. And a national champion, Kenneth Jackson, he finished up in 5th. Congratulations, what an amazing top 5. And guys, if people were talking about the quality of the Masters Olympia, the top 5 in bodybuilding was fantastic. I cannot say anything. Kamal Elgarni is going to the Mr. Olympia.
Big Steve, how about this? 2 out of the top 4 guys over 50. Well, not over, I should say, but about 50. Phil Clayhar just under, and Kamal Elgarni 1 year over. How about
Unbelievable.
that?
And honestly, as good as ever.
Yeah.
Phil maybe not at his best, but Kamal definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about fitness. Mina Paggiulati wins. She had very good posing routine in the morning, and then her routine at night was explosive. She had the Catwoman outfit, and she had great transitions, smooth transitions. What do you think about her, Steve?
Very impressive. Powerful, fast, aggressive. Her body was unbelievable. I mean, she was honestly, she was right winning in the morning, if not second place. And with the routine, it took her right over the top.
Now, Bob, Mina Paggiulati wins here, Masters Olympia. It's very tough when you talk about Whitney Jones, Missy Truscott, and Ariel Kadar. What can she do to get close to those young ladies?
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the things she did right here and she accomplished, which was, this is probably the best I've seen her in a 2-piece round, Steve, and obviously you judges
her body
agree.
was unbelievable.
That's the leanest I've ever seen her, and she's always needed to just bring it down just that little bit, and she did it. Came out with a strong routine, and she had some real good competition up there with some other strong routines, but she had good power, good grace to it, and much like the
not one
routine.
Not one mistake.
Not one mistake in that, and that goes a long way with the judges. When that's 2/3 of your score, it means everything. And she put herself in the winner's circle. Much like that cat routine, Mina's got 9 lives in her career, and we'll see her on the Olympia stage coming up in just 10 weeks.
Good one, Bob, good one. In the men's physique, Arya Safai, he won in Tampa. Wide back, his posing was a lot better at night.
A lot better.
It looked like his conditioning was better, and he had separation on the back. What do you think of Arya?
I thought he improved a lot from the morning. The morning it was a little closer. At night he really pulled away.
A great competitor, also second place, Sharif Reed. He had good pre-judging, but Arya improved a lot at the finals.
I had Arya square right from the morning. I had him firmly in first place.
I think he needs to improve his back a little more.
Sharif's got to get a little bit tighter from the back, but you know, Steve, I want to give you and the judges some credit where it's due. You guys take a lot of flack all the time, but you guys both know this. You take those 2 guys, Arya and Sharif, they couldn't be more opposite if you put 2 guys on a stage. One guy short, the other one guy tall. One guy big and a lot of muscle, the other guy a little bit more svelte in his physique. But that just goes to show you, you do not have to be in a cookie cutter physique to win. Not everybody has this same exact look, or you know, they got to kind of fit into this mold.
Right.
You guys take a look at everybody, and you give consideration where it's due. And to the testament of that, I think you're going to see that even more in the future, because now we've got a height and a weight restriction going to that men's physique division. I think it's a great move from the IFBB.
Definitely.
I agree with Steve. If Sharif gets a little bit more back detail, he can be quite formidable. Let's talk about bikini, Jessica Wilson. Steve, when it comes to lines and shape, Jessica Wilson is incredible.
She's going to be tough at the regular Olympia. She has the body we as judges look for.
The small waist with the round hips, when she walks in,
full glutes.
You know, she is incredible. And I thought her color was a bit off in prejudging. She fixed that at finals.
She did.
Yeah, so what'd you think of Jessica Wilson?
I think that was the easiest call of the weekend to me. She came out, instantly stood out from the rest, with all due respect to the other competitors. But you're right, Steve. She looked exactly like what we're looking for in bikini. She's the epitome of what bikini stands for in terms of the rules and in terms of the criteria, again, what everybody's looking for. She's not too hard, she's not too muscular, great small waist,
and
beautiful
she does not look her age at all.
No, does not. I mean,
she looks 15 years younger.
We kept forgetting, I must have mentioned 15 times on there that it was a master show, because
she does not look a master.
As you're watching the competition, you lose the fact that these are all over 40 years old, and a lot of the competitors over 50 years old. Great competition, and what a great production for Jake Wood and his entire team. And
they did a great job.
Instrumental here in their home country. I know they did put a lot of work into this, put a lot of effort,
though. They did a great job,
and it shows.
In my personal opinion, the figure category brought the most talent, but then competitor number 16, which in my personal opinion was the best competitor this whole weekend. She's the second best figure competitor in the world, Jessica Padilla. Steve,
unbelievable. I just think she's got to pose a little quicker. She's a little slow at opening up her back. She tries to be a little more dramatic. She should just bring it to the judges instead of being, what's the word? Dramatic.
Yeah, right.
She's a little too dramatic in my opinion.
Yes. What'd you think of Jessica Padilla? She's the second best figure in the world.
Yeah.
She came to Romania and she said, hey, listen, I know about the Mr. Olympia, but I want the Masters Olympia title as well.
Well, first of all, I stand corrected. That was actually the easiest call of the weekend, was Jessica Padilla. Second place in the Olympia. She was going to be hard-pressed to get beat by anybody. Good competition, but again, she was literally heads and shoulders above the rest. I agree with you, Stephen, not just for her, but a lot of the competitors. You don't want to be out there too long. I know you judges as well. They will pick you apart the longer you're out there. Yes. Get out there, show what you got, and get the hell off the stage before they change their mind.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a phenomenal show. If we could point out what the Masters Olympia 2003 in Romania displayed, was great talent. I have to say that looking at the winners, only one winner has not been to the Mr. Olympia. All the other winners have been to the Mr. Olympia. A lot of the competitors that won today had already qualified for the Mr. Olympia. So the quality was fantastic. I want to thank the head judge of the Mr. Olympia, Steve Weinberger, because we also brought the best to the Masters Olympia. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you.
It's a huge honor to have you here. And also, Bob Ciccarillo, the Master of Ceremony, you're here. We wanted to bring the best to Romania. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was a pleasure. I actually got to sit down for a show for once. Billy Garden taking MC duty, so I got to sit, a rarity for me. But you know what? It's great to call the action, play-by-play, along with my co-host Isabel Terrell. Did a fantastic job. We had Jake Cutler join in on that. We talked to Big Steve just the other day to give his insights from the judging pit. And I tell you what, everything couldn't have gone any smoother. I know everybody here is very pleased with how everything went this weekend. And according to Jake, we're going to see it again, not next year, but 2 years.
Yeah, every 2 years.
Right.
Every 2 years. We don't know if it's going to be in Romania. It could be in India. It could be in Brazil. It could be in the United States. But what you have to do right now is to go to www.mrolympia.com and get your pay-per-view for the Mr. Olympia. It's going to be iconic. My name is Terrick Guindy, with the head judge of the Mr. Olympia, the legendary Steve Weinberger, and the Master of Ceremony of the Mr. Olympia, Mr. USA 2000, Bob Ciccarillo. We'll see you next time.